Good morning. This is Keisha Spivey bringing you your Friday Fire. And today's fire is taken from Hebrews 11:1 that says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." You know, the one word that's just really bubbling up in me today is the first word, and it's now. Now faith. You know, this week I shared on Facebook to not let your dreams die on the altar of someday. You know, there's in our minds, we're always looking for the perfect time. We're looking to have the perfect checkbook balance. We're looking for our children to be the perfect age. We're looking for our marriage to be the perfect way. And when this happens, then I'm going to do this. When this happens, then I'm going to do that. And what happens, you'll look up and birthday after birthday is passing and you've not moved toward that thing that God has put in your heart. And what happens with that, there's a sadness, there's a, discontentment, there's an uneasiness, there's a frustration that starts to build up on the inside of us that kind of carries out to the people around us and to the things around us. And it's not their fault. It's the fact that we haven't been true to ourselves. We haven't been authentic. We haven't been the man or woman that we know God has called us to be. We haven't achieved or accomplished the things He's told us to do. We haven't kept our hand to the plow, and it's bothering us. So I just want to challenge you this morning. Get still with your Father and ask Him, what is now faith looking like in your life? What does it look when it manifests today for you? Not 5 years from now, not when you're out of debt, not when you've got all your degrees, not when you have got all these things checked off, but what does it look like for you? And it's personal and it's different and it looks different for all of us. But I just believe today is the day that we stop making excuses. We stop procrastinating and we look in the mirror and we become intentional. We become intentional. You know, in the last 2 to 3 weeks, I've heard of so many people passing on to be with the Lord. And young people, older people, people that I went to high school with, people that are younger than me. And it just makes me stop and assess the moment and realize that today is my precious present. And I am 100% fully accountable and responsible for what I do with it. It's not my husband's his job or my friend's job. It is my job to make today matter. It is my job to do what's required to hear, "Well done, thy good and faithful servant." I can't walk out anybody else's journey and nobody else can walk mine. And I have to stop believing, and you have to stop believing that there's this crystal path that's laid out before us where all we got to do is just go connect the dots because we see it all. If you could see it all, you wouldn't need faith at all. You don't know your path. We walk out our path every step at a time. It's being made for us as we walk. You know, I heard Craig Rochelle say something this week that was so powerful. He said, everybody's asking what God's perfect will is for them. His perfect will for you is 1, be holy. 2, be set apart. And 3, do the next step. We need to stop over spiritualizing this thing. We need to stop trying to deepify this thing and live and be holy. Be set apart and do the next step. Ask God what your now next step is and be about it. Don't keep waiting for someday or tomorrow or the perfect day. What you have is this day, and this is the day that the Lord has made. Rejoice and be glad in it. Be obedient in it. Be intentional in it. Be purposeful in it. Be salt and light in it. Be determined in it. Be consistent in it. God hasn't asked you to do anything that He hasn't qualified or called you to do. He's not asking you to be something that He hasn't already deposited on the inside of you for you to be. So stop searching out there and look within and allow your now faith to rise. Let it rise in you today and start walking, start stepping, start moving. Start somewhere. God does more for you on the way to where you're going, on the way to something, than He does when you're just sitting still. So yes, get still for a moment in His presence and then be obedient to what He tells you to do. Because now faith, not faith tomorrow, not faith next week. Today, get manna from God. Today, get now nourishment, now direction, now clarity. And start moving in faith toward it, knowing that God has not deposited, called, or challenged you to do that. and then left you alone. He hasn't forsaken you. He hasn't given you this desire and then just left you to fend for yourself. He will walk hand in hand with you. He will not forsake you. He will not leave you. But you know what? He needs you moving. He needs you moving in him. And he needs you moving in faith. So today, I guess my Friday fire is to fire you up. Do something. Get moving. Get determined. Allow now faith to rise in your spirit so that now faith becomes an evident, manifested faith. People seeing what God is doing in your life. They're wanting what you got. And then you're telling them it's not a what, it's a who. Because everything about your life is pointing toward him in the cross. So get excited. Have an amazing weekend. Be good to yourself. Spend some time with Jesus. Get some clarity. And then get to stepping. Get your hiney out of park. And start moving in faith toward purpose and destiny. Those dreams that are in your heart, they're yours. He's given them to you. He's handpicked you for them. Now, are you going to respond? Are you going to embrace them? Are you going to see them manifest in your life? Are you going to pass them down as legacy through your children and to your children's children? Will your faith be evident 2 generations from now? Only what we do for God is going to last. God bless you, and I hope you enjoyed your Friday Fire.